It's hot today, but it doesn't feel that hot. It's supposed to be in the 90s. I don't know why. Maybe it's all, I like it warmer as I get old. Maybe that's why old people go to Florida. But that's so boring. It feels like a casket down there. Not a place to live. It's a place to die. Give me the city with all this life going on. and and actually, with you guys helping you guys with all this stuff, I mean, there is so much more COVID money, grant money available, and it's locally. It's coming out in dribs and drabs. They haven't spent their money. I mean, see, it comes to the federal government. You hear about it when they make an announcement and they pass legislation, and then it has to go to the states, and that could take forever to get to people because then it maybe has to be voted on in that state. Oh my God! So stuff that was passed 6 months ago is just starting to get out now, and you've probably given up looking. And that's a pity, a pity, a pity, a pity. Uh, no, let's see. Where can you find money in Houston? Well, it depends on what kind. That's why there's no, you want money to do anything, but most of the money is to do something. The only money that's available really to do anything is from the IRS. And they're grants now from the IRS. And that's what the child tax credit is. That's a grant. Now, if you don't have a child, there's also a child tax credit with no children. So fill out that application for a child tax credit because there's an option for no children. Now, for the with children, the income is very high. It's like $150,000. With no children, it's really low. So you check out what that is. It's actually going up next year, and it's going to be even more next year than this year. So the next credit, but also for the child tax credit, if you're applying now, for the $9,000 or whatever you're going to get, depending on how many children you have, you could get the last 3 or 4 years. Can you find money in Houston, Texas? Yes. It takes some work. Places to start are 211.org, findhelp.org, your electedofficial.org, call your library.org. That's probably .gov, and then call your community. Community Action Agency. All those places should know. There's not a definite they know, and if somebody says no, don't. That's just no for them. You got to go other places. The connection is poor on my end. Anyone else experience that? I don't know. Where in California? Well, you got to start local. Like I say, I have a free report that can help you show the local people that will do research for you to help find this stuff. So if you go www.free.lesco.com/free training, free.lesco.com/free training, all lowercase, and you'll see a report there for local people for every state that will do a lot of this research. The same thing I charge you $20 for, they do for free. What time zone are you? I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Washington, D.C. My friend been in a hotel for 3 months, and they keep telling him they're out of money. Well, who's paying for the hotel? Who's out of money? It's out of money for what and for who? That means you have to keep looking. If they say no there, then it's sort of like, one cheerleader saying that won't go out with you. Well, that doesn't mean no cheerleaders will go out with you. You got a dozen cheerleaders to go through and see if they'll go out with you. And that's what doing this stuff is all about. And everybody, I called them and they said there's no more money. God, no, you can't do that. There's so many other places to check. It's not a guarantee there's money. But it's the only thing you know for sure is that place doesn't have it. Okay, so that you have to keep on knocking. Are there any money and stuff? Of course, there's money programs everywhere. It just takes work and digging and things like that. I mean, this is not a game for for somebody who wants something real easy. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's not. So if you want something real easy, call the normal places and see what happens and then give up. If you really want to find out what's there, it's going to take a lot more work. I just opened a new business. Is there a grant that you use to get equipment? I live in Illinois, but everything I looked into just keeps getting run around. Of course, you get run around because it may or may not work for one thing, and there's more than one places to talk about. The other thing too is you have to keep your mind open. You don't say, "Hey, I need money. I need a grant to do something." No, you say, "Hey, I need help. I got a business and I need help. Who can help me with the business?" That's what you ask your questions about, and you ask for, for Illinois, there's probably 24 offices that are set up to help people start or expand businesses. And you just call every one of them, and that's what you do. And then as you say, hey, and you don't say you need money, you need help to get your business going, because there may be other ways to get that equipment. Like I was helping a fella down in where was he? In Florida. He needed a car or vehicles, haul stuff around. He needed money to buy that to start his business. And, okay, there's possibility maybe get some grant money. But I start looking around, say, hey, you know what you want to do? If you just need it, and you don't even have business yet, don't go spending money on buying a car, vehicle, or whatever. Spend time and money trying to find a customer. You want to haul something or change it. Okay, go get that business. Go figure out how to get that business, because really you can do that with nothing. I mean, you go social media or whatever, you go knocking on doors, you're calling people out of the blue or whatever. You do that to get a customer. Once you get a customer, then you rent a car for the day, and that way, or rent a truck for the day. That way you're in business already, and you don't need to buy a car and spend 6 months maybe looking for a grant for $30,000 to buy what the hell you need. No, you got to spend time finding a customer today. That's what you should be doing, not having a big dream and finding money to buy it. Then people will run to you. No, it won't happen. It may, but probably not to you or me. Yeah, so you have to go out and find customers first. And then when you say, yes, I'll do that, then you go out and find temporary of what you need. You need equipment for a business? Okay, you go out and get the customer first, then you go rent the equipment now that you got the customer. And that's a good waste, a good use of your time. Not spending 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, whatever the hell it is, to get 50 grand to get something, and you don't even have a customer yet. Man, because you don't know if you'll get a customer, and then you're stuck with that, wasting all that time and money getting that equipment. So you get the customer first, then go rent the equipment for the first customer, maybe for the second, third. And by the way, I found a great deal if you're looking for a business to get into. Hello, I have started a crocheting business in Michigan. Is there any money to assist me? Well, it depends on what you want to do. What do you need money for? You buy crocheting, or if it's buying advertising, I don't think you should do that. But you can. There's ways to do that. What I would do first is go to your, especially in Michigan, they have people in Michigan that help women entrepreneurs. I assume you're a woman, because I don't know many guys that crochet, but I'm sure there are. I would. And you start talking to people about it. You go to Meetup, meetup.com, Meetup, meetup.com, and start going to Meetup meetings with other entrepreneurs like you. That's where you learn. That's where you see other people doing what you are, no sources locally. And I know in Michigan, they have special offices just for women entrepreneurs. You find them first and talk to them about what's available. And don't say you need money to do something. Just say you need money to start your business, grow your business, whatever it is, and see what they have. That's what you have. Because if you're saying, I need $50,000, they don't have that with your name on it, so it won't be. You have to learn what's out there. It's like you going into a barn. I'm only going to date somebody who's 6'2", weighs 196 pounds, and played football in college. Well, you're going to go through a lot of bars before you find that, right? So that's why you say, you go in and, you do your scouting. What do you got? What do you got that I can maybe able to use? And then you see, how can I use that or whatever? What do I need? And because you remember, if you want to start a business, the main thing is getting a customer. Nothing else is as important as that. You may think it is, but it's not, because you can have all the goddamn stuff you want, your dream of, to have a perfect, business, to go get customers, and it can fail. So you get a customer first, and then you go rent what you need. Now you have a customer, so you know how to pay for that at least, instead of paying all the time and effort and just wasting away. Oh, by the way, I found a neat thing helping that guy in Florida who was a Let's Go Help member because he needed a vehicle. Okay, here's the deal. And I just did a video on it. I think I put it up already on YouTube. It's the last 2 or 3 videos. And it's an organization called Turo, Turo. They're a peer-to-peer car rental agency. Actually, what they do is like, okay, if you have a car sitting in your driveway not using it, you could put it on Turo and they'll rent it out when you're not using it. And it's a good way to make extra money. It's sort of like Airbnb for cars. Okay. But now cars are so much in demand. Here's what they're doing. Okay. If you could be rich or poor or anything, but they're really aiming at people who don't have money, who want to start a business. What they'll do, they give you a grant of $7,000, $7,500. Then you get a zero interest loan also for $7,000. And this is with shitty credit ratings and everything. You check it out to make sure, because I could be wrong. But the way I understand it, so you get that. So it costs no money up front to get a car. So now you have a car. Wow. Now, see, on Turo, they want you to put it on Turo so they could give you money to make off of that car. Okay. So now you have a car on Turo that you're making money with. So people are coming to borrow your car and you're getting paid. And you don't even have to go find the customer. See, that's what's so great about that. So if you wanted to have your own car and find a customer to rent it, how the hell are you going to find that? You know, like if you have an apartment and want to rent it, how the hell are you going to find them? I mean, that's the hard part of any business. That's why these platforms find you the customers. Millions of people are coming. You want to be a dog walker, sign up for the dog walker websites, because they're coming to their, Anna, how are you? Because people are coming there looking for dog walkers. So there you are. And you get the money, and it costs you just a few cents on the dollar, maybe 10 cents, 15 cents on the dollar. You got to give the platform. But man, that's incredible, because they're getting you business. So you need nothing. You need nothing, you know, and you have a car and a business. Now that is a deal. So you have nothing, and plus, you have a shitty credit score, because it sounds like it doesn't matter. They're looking for people who minorities and other disadvantaged people that don't normally get opportunities. So that's why Turo is giving like millions of dollars to help finance this, to make it happen. But you don't have to be a minority. You can be anybody and do this. They're just sort of making sure that minorities know about this program. So anybody. Can you help me find money to buy a car? I just told you how. Are you listening? Are you listening? Yeah, because whether you use it or Turo, only when you don't need it, right? So that's that's better. Well, the other thing is, I have a report, if you're a member of Let's Go Help, I have a report of all the nonprofits that give cars for free. You know, and so if you put free cars, you'll see these nonprofits maybe around. There's a couple national ones and a lot of nowhere. I'm a minority, yes, but your heart is not. I don't know. Send me the information. Will do. And you, by the way, you don't have to be a minority to take advantage of the Turo opportunity. It's just, it's just that. So they're reaffirming that you don't have to have good credit and all this kind of normal stuff that everybody wants you to have. In other words, most people that give you money, they want you not to need it. That's why you go to the bank to get money. I hope you don't need it, because we can't give people money who need money. Yeah. We want to give money to people who don't need it. And that's what's amazing. Okay. Turo.com. That's Turo. Anna, certainly, and hit me up if you don't hear from me by the end of the day. Okay. Because it is a wonderful deal. And all these things. I mean, now there is so much money for businesses, but it's not like you think it is, and things like this. It's different. I'm going to put up a list of about 20 new programs, and a lot of it is local. Man, there's so many local programs. Ohio just has new money. Virginia giving hundreds of millions of dollars to businesses. I'm starting my own what is that? To my friend Esco. I'm going to put all the information. Well, good. Good. Take what I have, sell it, make as much money as you can. I don't care. Just do things, and I know your heart is helping people. It makes people warm, and just keep sharing that. That's the name of the game. But all the money programs out there, rent, there's so much rent grant money that aren't people. And it's because it's local, and the local people haven't gotten around to figuring out how to get it out to people. Beat on your elected official. Oh, I don't want to be president. I'd have to get up and dress different. I want to do what I want every day, just helping people and dress funky and not answer to folks except my heart. I lost my home and rent utilities. Don't help a lot, but does anyone cover rent down payment? Yes, that's local program. Rent down payment and stuff. I have some time to research these. Could you offer? Thanks. Okay, a place to look is it would still be under rental assistance, because the national programs are to pay past rent and new rent. But I would still check there anyway, the national programs. And the other thing is just go to 211.org or findhelp.org and search under rental assistance, and there's usually nonprofits there. Now the way to do that is just nobody has rental. No, if it has anything to do with rent, you just call them. Even if it doesn't sound like you, it doesn't matter. That's the best place you have to find what you really need, is people are sort of in doing something close to what you need. And you call those people, you plead with them. You say, hey, I need help. Where can I go? If you don't have it, where else can I go? I'm looking for some home rehab grants for senior citizens. Start by calling the area office on aging. Look for your area office on aging. What's up with the guy behind me? I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if that's a guy, is it? Yeah, I think he's trying to chat with the two ladies. Yeah. And so, call them, any office. Go to 211 and findhelp.org. Put in, rent, just rent, doesn't matter. And anything with the word rent in it, you call them on the phone. 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 If you don't call them on the phone, you're not going to get anything. And even if they don't have something for you, you ask them, hey, where else can I go? This is how, they find killers. This is how they find, the cops go and knock door by door, right? This is what you have to do. You have to go and knock door by door to find the culprit. Hey, have you ever seen anything strange happening last night? That's what it is. And see, the people that you're calling under rent, that are somehow involved helping people rent one way or another, may know about something that they don't have. They're more likely to know it than you or me or anybody else. Call your elected officials. You got 12 of them, 12 elected officials. You just don't call one, and send them flowers, send them cookies. I got a wonderful message from a member of Let's Go Help, how she sent flowers to a secretary in the senator's office and started a love affair, I think. But man, does she have help now. She's got an insider who's a hotshot, really helping her because she spent $3 on flowers sending them. I know, I'm just playing. Laura Donaldson knows to Weaver. Oh, I see. Oh, good. Who's Laura Donaldson? I don't know. Hello, I'm here in Texas and want to get a government contracting, but would like to know how to get grants to get the government contract. You just start going and get government contracts. Don't worry about anything else. You're trying to get government, that's taking your eye off the ball, because there are programs that give grants to help you get government contracts. But first, just get government contracts. That's what you want. Then you learn everything else you need to know. How do you do that? There's something called PTAC-US, I think it's PTAC. So if you put PTAC government contract, there'll be local offices for that. Texas will have 3 or 4 of them, and they're organizations, nonprofits that grant money to help people get government contracts. Okay, that's what they are. And so that's who you want. You want to know people who know the business to help you for free. And they get paid to help you for free. Okay, the other people are the small business development centers. So if you put Americas, AMERICAS, and then that's a S after Americas is S, SBDC.org. And put in your zip code and you'll find your local American Small Business Development Center. And that's it. I need a grant for business so I can get started. Okay. Again, don't ask for a grant for business. Start calling all these offices that help people start a business. Just say, I want to start a business. Because if you start looking for a grant to start a business, you'll keep running in that they don't have them, and you'll stop. You can't do that. You can't do that. If somebody gave you a contract to start a business, that would be more money than the grant you'll ever get. And that's okay. If somebody would pay all your bills to start a business, that would be okay. If someone gave you all the free marketing you need to start a business, that would be okay. See, all you want to do is start a business. Don't say you need a grant. You're assuming that's the only thing there is. You don't assume, because what do? You make an ass out of you and me if you assume. I started an online store for my friend Let's Go Information, and now my nonprofit OC Community Liaison. Great. No, Liaison is great stuff. We all did. I just read an article, Anna, about how community liaisons now are the new hip thing. See, we're having new ways to organize, and they're doing this in because there's no news anymore, right? Local news. Where do you get local news? Where do you find out local news? Local newspapers. There's no journalism anymore. All that kind of stuff. So they're creating this locally. So that's what you are. You could be the local news thing for all getting help that's available locally. And what they're doing in Michigan is texting it. So it's a service that texts you all the new stuff. Now, wouldn't that be great? Let me tell you, I'll send you stuff about that. They're in Michigan. I just read about it, because there's new ways to do everything now. You don't need the old stuff. The old stuff doesn't work anymore. And you have to think new ways. I mean, now Facebook is starting their own newsletter. Newsletters, 30 years ago, that was the way people made money and got out information. Now they're coming back. Everybody, I don't need a newsletter. I got Facebook. Facebook is starting a newsletter, and they're going to charge. And so they will help you find business and share the money with you. There's other newsletters like that do that already. So Anna, that's a good place too. So these platforms, it's sort of like putting your newsletter on Airbnb. People come, put money there, buy your stuff, and you just pay a little bit to the Airbnb or the newsletter Airbnb, whatever the heck it is. And you don't have to invest in all that technology and all that kind of stuff. No, it's like having a bookstore. Now, before you used to have to write a book, you had to write a book, print a book, make 100,000 copies, send them to all the bookstores all over the world, and then figure out to sell them. No, you don't have to do any of that. It doesn't have to just write the book, put it on the Amazon. Now you're in the biggest bookstore in the world, and it costs you nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. And that's how our world has changed. You don't need anything. A whole thing. The biggest hotel company does not own a single hotel. That's Airbnb. Yeah. The biggest taxi cab company, Uber, does not own a single car. The biggest source of news, Facebook, does not write a single article. It's a whole new world out there. You got to learn it. Let's talk later to make a goodbye chat. Yes, ma'am. Dude stops a crime. Look behind you. Oh, is he doing a crime? What? No, it sounds friendly. I don't hear anything back there. Yeah. There is no help for people on SSDI. Well, it depends on where you're looking. There's a lot of help. You just you could get a car, on that Turo thing. You could get paid $10, $25 an hour talking to people because you know English on the internet. There's too many ways. You could get paid maybe about $15 an hour. Picking out which which picture is blue. Yeah, and there's things like that to do. I don't know. People say that because they look at 5 things, and I'm not eligible for that. That's just like asking 5 people to date, and nobody will go out with you. Wow, you only asked 5 people. I'm about to ask Anna. Maybe that will work. Let's go. It's the best. Here in Branson, it's hard to get any kind of grants for. Maybe not. Make sure you're checking everywhere. And if one person says no, then get the list. Check it twice. Call every elected official. You have 3 federal officials. You must have 6 state officials. Call each one of those offices. That's on the phone, man. That's on the phone, not just sending a letter. No. It's hard to flunk somebody you hear, or whatever. It's easy, a digit. We don't care about robots. Here in Branson, Susan Watkins, look for centers for independent living. And yes, also, right, there's so many sources like that for disabilities. I have a big report for disabilities, for jobs, for housing, for vehicles, for all that kind of stuff. It takes work. I mean, it's not going to be easy. You don't make one application. You don't make one phone call and solve all your problems. That is not the way the world works. Dude, call the cops on the girls behind. I don't know what you're seeing. I hear it. I could hear them. They're smiling. What the hell? See, we're so sure of what we think we see. Man, I know I'm not sure because I'm wrong too many times. And let's go save my family future and my mental health. I'm so happy to have this beautiful friend. I love your warmth, and I hope you don't stop. What should we do if the unemployment benefits are cut off? They're coming back on. Did you read that? No, I guess you don't subscribe to my newsletter, my video. Yes, it's slowly going to come back on. They're losing in the courts all over. There are 3 or 4 states already put it back on. So they'll be coming. Start talking to your elected official. Don't guess. Talk to the elected official. Don't guess. Go to your state office of unemployment and see what they're saying. Go to their office in your governor's office and look for their press releases. That's where you find a lot of good stuff, is what's going on in your state, press releases from the governor's office. So you go to the governor's office, then look for the press. Never what? I saw him walk up. It's on you now. I don't know what you think. Let's go. I've been trying to get help for 2 weeks from you. Well, if you're a member, that's the way to do it. It's hard if you're not a member because, the Let's Go Help is, Let's Go Free Radio is my email. It's hard for me to personally answer all those all the time. My only suggestion is after 2 days, just try again. But Let's Go Help, I answer you start a new discussion in Let's Go Help. I answer every one of those personally. Now I screw up now again. At my age, I screw up more than I normally do. Actually, I probably never admitted it before. Now it's fun to admit how much I screw up. Does anyone else see this guy? Please tell him. What? You don't know what you're talking about. I'm hearing it. I see it. Get on a plane, John. Come on down and see for yourself. I can't get in the Facebook group. Oh, you can't get in the Facebook group? If you're a paid member, then I'm watching you on a talk show about 35. Oh yeah, I know that the guy looks like me with brown hair. I just saw that. That was on C-SPAN. I was a regular on C-SPAN. I'd go there, particularly New Year's Eve night. They couldn't get anybody to work New Year's Eve. Man, if you got a camera, I'll work. That was the way I got it. How do you become a member of Let's Go Help? Let'sGoHelp.com is how you become a member. Okay, if you're a paid member and you can't get through, go to Let's Go Free Radio at gmail.com or Let's Go Help at gmail.com. Put them both, and that's the way to get. So we screwed up somewhere, and that's very possible. We're busy. I'm busier than I ever thought. I thought this would be just a little thing to keep me busy and keep me to try to help people, and it's just a little more sometimes than I can handle. We have 3 things that are wanting to do nonprofit and startups. My friend is asking, where does the SBA, our local SBA, want to credit score people? That doesn't matter. I don't know. And even when I said it doesn't matter, I mean, some of them it doesn't matter. I mean, the biggest program they had for the PPP didn't care what your credit score was. Did not care. You're putting things that, if they say you have to have credit, then just go somewhere else. Don't start and find out ways you don't, that could stop you. No, you haven't even found anything yet. How do you know something's going to stop you? And when you find something that you're not qualified, then you keep going. It's asking for a date. Everybody is not going to date you. That's all. Rental assistance, especially for homeless people. Yes, now there's so much now sitting in state offices that people, they're having trouble getting it out. It doesn't matter. So you got to work hard at it. And that's the important. When those EDD stops for California, I don't know if they're stopping or not, tell you the truth. And those that have stopped it, about 25 states said they were going to stop it. Then this past week, judges were saying they can't do it. And then the White House said, okay, then they're saying it's okay to go back on. So like, in Maryland, they said, okay, we're going to cut it off next week. Now they changed their mind and not. Other states are doing that too. So a good place to get that kind of help for sure is your elected official. And if one doesn't answer, call another one. If that doesn't answer, call another one. If you're not willing to do stuff like that, you're not willing to do to solve a problem. Problems that you've got into over the last couple of years aren't going to be solved by you doing something for 5 minutes. You got to dig that hole. Thank you for literally changing my life. Wow, Kimberly was the 10th winner for $1,000. Oh, wonderful, Kimberly. See, we're giving out money and we're still doing it. Kimberly Thomas is one of our winners for $10,000. I learned so much from you, Kimberly, about that, about the need that's out there. And that's why I do this, is to learn. And that gives me motivation to keep doing this and to work up earlier and to work harder and to try to educate more about the possibilities that are out there. Call 311, ask for help. Start. That's if you're in Maryland or New York. It depends on where you are. Sometimes there's a few cities it's 311. I think it's Chicago and New York and Montgomery County. The rest is 211. The other place is findhelp.org, findhelp.org, and 211.org. I would suggest that you call your local Department of Health Insurance. Yes, that's another appointment. Right, that's a good thing. You set and ask for an appointment. You make an appointment. You call the Community Action Agency, make an appointment. You call the you call your Career One-Stop Agency. You make an appointment. You call your HUD financial counselor for free. You make an appointment. That's what you do. And by the way, we have a new grant program now too. So if you go to www.free.lesco.com, giveaway, we have a new grant program that ends March 4th. And we're giving out $15,000. We're giving out 10 $1,000 grants. And Kimberly was one that got $1,000, and then 10 more $500 grants. and amazing me if I could earn that kind of money, that $1,000 or $500 could be so important in someone's life. I truly feel I have nothing better to do in my life, and we'll keep doing that as long as I'm physically able. Uh, and it's, boy, I mean, you give purpose to us, Kimberly, and that's why it's important. You know, we're looking for help, that you call people, let them know you, that you're a person, you're not a digit. You know, people don't want to help robots, because that's what you are if you're you're just doing email and chats and something. You're not real. The more you could get to be real, that's when you and I shall apply for mine. You are good to me. It's hard to not help you, and that's what we need. And people have to realize that it's doing something, and that's why, to me, I feel, oh God, I mean, I feel so selfish, because I have so many people that I hear, I don't know, there's 100, 200, 3 or 4 people that think I know something that could help them. So if that's true, I have literally nothing better to do with my time. And anything more besides doing this is just to regenerate what I need to keep doing this, you know, emotionally or physically or whatever, to keep doing this. I feel that, wow, I mean, you've given me the best gift in the world, to feel that what I'm doing is important to somebody, you know, and I don't think any of us could find anything more important in life to do. And I know that's what she tries to do with her work. And it is so important. And we're all important. And if we help somebody else, that gives for them. That's why in Let's Go Help, I'm trying to get people there to help other people there. We all know stuff that could help other people. I'm not the only one, and you'll know more about what's in your area than I will. You know, I know more in general nature and whatever, but what's going on the ground in your state, you would know better. And that's why I go through. Give us all a chance at a purpose. Yes, you are a godsend, and that's why members of Let's Go Help, I want you to go through and see what people are asking for help with, and answer them too. Because I don't have the perfect answer for everything. Maybe just a start. You have another answer. And even answers don't work. It's just showing them attention, that their question matters. That's what we have to know. That we matter in life. You know, not what's the matter. Is that we matter in life. And it matters what they feel, what they think, what they're trying to do. And you just trying to answer, is another piece of that someone gets to. Just so spoiled that I have this to do. And that's why at 78, I thought my parents retired at 60 and played golf in Florida. That sounds stupid. We're here to help each other in life. Nothing else. Love each other. Try to help people through our struggles. We all struggle. They're just different kinds of struggles we have, you know. So if someone could help you with your struggle, and you could help somebody else's with their struggle, man, that's what we have to do. How does 40 minutes go by? I thought I'd do 10 minutes or whatever. I just babble on like a bullshitter. Thanks for putting up with me.